Okay, so gonna do a little bit of review training with Max. Come on, Max. Max is a 3-year-old German Shepherd, and originally we started with one-on-one training, but with the owner's schedule and work schedule, and just having a hard time um, being able to put in the time, we ended up doing a 4-week board and train. So the reason why he's here is he's when I first met him, he had a lot of reactivity, typical German Shepherd. He leaks a lot of anxiety, and reactivity towards other animals, towards people walking by. He pretty much wants to kill you, or at least it looks that way. And he's also very independent, and his let me try to word it properly, but his obedience is very slow. You know, kind of like, I'll do it, but I really don't want to do it. So what I'm working on is just more engagement with him. Um, his owner does want him to be e-collar trained, so I've been working on. He came Saturday. I started conditioning him to the e-collar. We're not finished conditioning, so although he's wearing an e-collar right now, I won't be using it at all. This is just kind of using some hand signals because he doesn't understand cue totally at this point, and some luring and positive reinforcement when he does good. So we're just working on a place command and a recall. And I like to start it off on the elevated bed, only because it's very clear, my opinion. I'm sure there'll be people out there that say different, but it's very clear to the dog that this is the area. When I put him on it, that's where you go, that's where you have to stay. So not only are we teaching him a command to go away to someplace, but we're also teaching him slowly at an increment of you have to stay there. And right now he's off leash with this little training scenario. And again, we're just working on send away to a bed, which we're going to call place, and then a recall. And he has to stay on the bed until I release him with the recall. Max! What a good boy. You want to work? You want to work? Huh? You want to work? Yes. That a boy. Yeah. Oh, come on. Go, 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 go. Come on, bud. Come on. Yeah. All right. Place. Yes. So, sit. Yes. So, he is conditioned to the marker. It's charged. So he understands that yes means he did right. And no is pretty much you didn't do what I wanted and you're not getting a treat. Sit. Good. Sit. Down. So now at this point I'll back up off camera. And again, you'll watch him. His obeyment to the commands is very slow. He doesn't have a lot of energy. But we'll work on that. That'll come in time. Max, come. Yes. Good boy. All right. Max. Come on over here. Good. Sit. Down. Nope. Down. Down. No. Down. As you can see, he knows it. But he's just like, I'm not really sure I want to do it. So again, we'll be working on that. Place. Yes. Again, I use my verbal marker. A nanosecond, all 4 feet are on, and I just let him know he did right. Now I'm gonna keep him in a standing or seated or whatever. But again, he has to learn that to obey the command. Start up closer, although I was nope. So I dropped the piece, so I don't want to come off. So, ultimately I should slowly be backing up for the recall and no, back, good. Down. So you can see him, he knows what it means, but again, I'm going to help him out. Down. Yes. So I'll walk away. Again, we're slowly building up the ration to stay. And then I like to use the dog's name and the command to come. So his owner wants the word come as the verbal command. But sometimes we use here, whatever you choose. Max, come! Yes. All right. And I use my verbal marker when I know he's committed to coming to me. Because sometimes the dog will come off and then he'll go to something he smells when you don't have good engagement and you're just starting off. So normally I would work on a long line, making sure that when I recall him to come to me, he's coming to me. And again, I don't want to mark it if he's going to take off left or right to go someplace else, or he picks up something. So I make sure he's committed, then I mark it, and I'm backing up, because again, it takes hundreds of repetitions for a dog to understand the verbal cue or the verbal command. And what he's doing, what all dogs do, is they learn from body and hand gestures first. And then it takes time as you slowly reduce the amount of body and hand gestures, that it just slowly becomes transferring over just to the command, the verbal command, and not backing up, which again we use as prey drive. And this way, you know, we're helping them to learn that you come to me when you not only see me moving away, but when you hear Max come. Sit. Yes. And again, don't forget, I've worked with him for a few months. We did a few sessions in a few months, just, you know, weather and different things that came up. So, you know, again, I don't have him on a long line. I'm not giving him a reinforcer every time I say yes. He's kind of on a variable schedule on the reinforcer, the primary reinforcer, which would be food right now we're using. The other thing is, again, go back to a lot of times, if you watch my videos, I've talked about the 3 T's that my friend Chris Fraze likes using, and I love using it too, so I stole it from him. So the 3 T's, which are reinforcer, would be treat, food, toy, and touch, praise. So those 3 T's are a reinforcer, meaning that whatever he was doing, the chances in all likelihood is that he's going to continue doing what he just did when you give a treat. Add that, we're using verbal markers, which is just pretty much adding a word that has value to it, or a sound. People use clickers, and we're using a verbal. Max, sit. Yes. Place. Nope. So again, I use my verbal marker. No, he doesn't get a treat. Good. Good boy. And I'll add like a little bit of distraction, move around, jump up and down, and I can't jump too much because I'm old and I got bad knees. Max, come! Yes! There you go, buddy. So that's it. Just want to kind of show you where we are and how I work. I start the beginning of teaching the recall, and so just a refresher. If he was new and I didn't have time in with him and experience with him, he would be on a long line, so he could not check out and do what he's doing now, which is smelling pee, and he wants a pee, but he's going to come to me. Also to help him to get to the place or the area we want him to go to. We're using verbal markers to mark that moment in time that he does right. And we're using one of the 3 T's that are reinforcers, a primary reinforcer to the verbal marker, which is treats. I use Red Barn. I actually have a video on YouTube on how I cut it up and how I store it, because Red Barn in humidity, once it's open, the package is open, it will get moldy after time in warm, humid weather. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, or if you have my number, you can text me. Thank you.